Hi, we're Ellie and David. Join us as we overland the Americas in Yak, our Land Rover Defender.
Yak's already taken us across Europe and Central Asia, but this expedition will be our biggest challenge yet.
We're overlanding from the southern tip of Argentina all the way to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. Follow along as we experience all the extremes and beauty of a simple life on the road in our Pan-American adventure.
Today is our last full day in Belize, and it's a hot one. We got to this spot last night and it was actually really cool overnight. We're about 1,000 feet up in the hills. It's not, dramatic altitude, but high enough for it to be a bit cooler overnight, which is really, really nice. We're camped by Big Rock Falls. So Ellie's been doing a little bit of YouTube this morning, but now it's just getting too hot and it's difficult to sort of find shade. And so we're going to go down, spend a little bit of time just swimming, cooling off, because it is very, very warm.
It's so refreshing.
This is our last morning in Belize. We're heading to the border at the moment. Really, really loved it here. We've only been here a week because that's what we were given for our temporary import permit, but I feel like we've packed quite a lot in. Such a beautiful country. So we're heading to Guatemala now. We've got 2 more Spanish-speaking countries to work our way through. I'm really, really excited to see what Guatemala's like. We have seen and heard that it's going to be very, very hot in the northern part of Guatemala. I think sort of getting up to like 39, 40 degrees in the day, so not too sure how long we're going to linger there, but really excited for a new country. We're now officially in Guatemala. It was a hot border crossing, a few faffy things to do. I had to walk into town to get some cash to pay for our temporary import permit. We've come to a spot in the shade because Ellie's needed to record some voiceovers for the next YouTube. I've gone for a swim and Ellie's locked herself in the Land Rover to avoid all noise, and
Things I do for YouTube.
for context, it is 37 degrees in the shade out of the Land Rover, so
You probably can't even tell, but I'm dripping. Flores is a small island town in northern Guatemala, connected to the mainland by a short causeway. We spent the evening wandering around the cobbled streets and watching normal life unfold in the square. Kids playing, friends chatting, and families coming together. The beautiful old buildings glowed in golden light as the sun set over the lake. It felt like the perfect little snapshot of simple, quiet life in this laid-back corner of Guatemala.
spent our first couple of days in Guatemala just sorting a few things out, washing clothes, getting a SIM card, doing a kind of bigger food shop. Slept next to this lake last night and have woken up to this. So gonna have to sort that out this morning. It's already getting quite hot, so I'm gonna get on it as quickly as possible. Change to our spare, try and figure out what's happened, and if we need to replace it or patch it up, we'll do that. You might remember that our spare is also now a repair job. It's got a patch on it. It should be fine. We could probably run it for quite a long time, but we should probably either get a new one or just look at our options, because to obviously have two patches whilst we're overlanding is probably not the best idea.
We hit the road and headed south towards the jungle-blanketed foothills of central Guatemala. This drive was a memorable one, to say the least. Intense heat, potholes big enough to swallow a small car, trucks loaded sky high, and tuk-tuks appearing from every direction, usually the wrong one. But amid the chaos, we were able to enjoy glimpses of lush tropical forest, roadside fruit stalls, and beautiful traditional clothes. Each outfit unique, a vibrant expression of culture, identity, and craftsmanship. In a way, this drive was Guatemala in a nutshell: hectic, unpredictable, and stunning all at once.
Today was a rough day of driving. There are certain days when you're overlanding where you just really don't feel like it. It seems really silly, you know, we're doing this incredible trip, and we really try not to complain, not to moan, but there are just some days where you're just really not feeling it. You just want to be at home or kind of somewhere else, and it seems really ungrateful, but today was just one of those days. You're just kind of frustrated on the roads because it's so hot. The drivers today have been a bit crazy as well. I think we're just both feeling a little bit burnt out. We're in a bit of a funk, partially I think because we've not slept super well because it has been so hot, but also we've been in a lot of really noisy camping spots, kind of in villages and kind of the outskirts of towns where people come to drink at night. And I think we're also just missing kind of that feeling of being somewhere a bit more wild, because since we've got Yak back, we've not really kind of had many wild camping spots. Had some nice spots in Belize, but aside from that, it's been quite intense. But we're in a higher place here, so it's going to be quite a bit cooler overnight. I think it drops down to 17 degrees, so that might just help us reset a little bit. We're just going to cook something, get in the tent, maybe watch something. And then tomorrow we're heading to a kind of waterfall area. I think we might be meeting up with a Canadian couple we've been chatting to online. But yeah, just one of those days you just sort of that are more challenging. So yeah, hopefully feel a bit more refreshed after hopefully a better night's sleep if it's a bit cooler. We're far enough away from houses, I think, to not get kept up by cockerels as well. So yeah, hopefully better sleep and we'll be a bit more ready for it tomorrow. It was a lot cooler last night, actually to the point where we got a little bit cold in the night. Slept a lot better. Was able to go for a run this morning as well without feeling like I was dying. And also there were just a lot less bugs, I think, because it was so much cooler. However, over the last 2 or 3 weeks we've been bitten a lot by these little gnats and mosquitoes, and Ellie's foot has had quite a significant reaction.
Yeah, the foot's not looking so happy. I've got this fun little rash. It doesn't actually look that bad on her, but I've got this rash here. A lot of these little gnat bites. I counted 34 bites just on that foot the other day. Yeah, apologies if you don't like feet, that was a bit gross. We've dropped down in altitude quite a bit now, by about 5,000 feet, so it's obviously got quite a bit hotter again. But we're on our way to a natural swimming spot where we're going to meet Megan and Alex from Slow Roamers, so really looking forward to spending that time with them and having the chance to cool off a bit in the water. We met up with Alex and Megan and a couple of other travellers that are with them at the moment. We're all going to have dinner at this little restaurant hut up here tonight. So we're going to have a little dip in the river to cool down because it is hot here. Alright. What do we got?
So exciting.
We've got a cauliflower soup, some quiche, and other vegetarian stuff.
vegetarian stuff.
Potatoes, isn't it?
I'll remember what he said. We've had a nice slow morning at camp. It was nice to have the chance to do a few checks on yak and sort some bits out. And we are off to the mountains now. We're convoying there with Meg and Alex. I think it's about a 4-hour drive. And when we get there, it's meant to be a lot cooler. I think a max of about 25 degrees, and then it drops loads overnight. So very ready for that.
The hills on this road are very, very steep. Not far off Peruvian hills. But it's so hot, we've got to be really careful because the engine just creeps up so quickly. They're doing alright in the auto, but they've got to go a little bit quicker because obviously with the auto it sort of hangs around really weird revs for them, so they've just sort of got to go. Otherwise the gearbox will just heat up too much, but we're just hanging back, going a bit slow.
Winter, con atención a niños, adultos, embarazos, planificación familiar y evaluación preoperatoria. Contamos Intecap Región Norte, Admisiones 2025. Intecap. Corre por tus sueños. En Cope Express, corremos contigo. 4 de la tarde. Bingo. Precios. Silla diamante 300 quetzales. Niños y niñas de 1 año antes pagan boleto. Entradas disponibles en triple.
Just stopped at this petrol station to top up, and they give you a free car wash when you top up, so couldn't say no to that. This is tonight's camp behind me. Beautiful little spot. We're surrounded by hills and pine trees, and it's so much cooler here, which is very welcome, and I think we're going to sleep a lot better.
You can keep going. Hi.
David is living the dream. It's been about 2 months since he's been in a chair because ours broke ages ago.
Genuinely, I think it was Peru.
These are so hot.
It was the
Really?
same time I threw the Hillington away.
You've just been crouching since then.
Cheers.
Oh, you smell like a puppy.
Someone found a little puppy.
Like pee. You know how puppy. All right, Camp Carrot Cake.
Possibly the most excited I've been for food on this whole trip.
Sorry. Turning my bowl away from you, how rude.
David, what's going on here?
We're having a cup of tea, Ellie. It's been a long time.
We ran out of Earl Grey and it was a disaster.
It was terrible. We're having fish and chips tomorrow.
Meg's brought the goods out.
I've never known two people to be so excited about a cup of tea.
So, wow, cake and a cup of tea. What a day.
And the ground is really nice and soft.
Lush little valley we're walking through now. I think it's only a couple of miles to the waterfall. Maybe go for a little swim, but really nice day. And it's only a mile.
Well, should we,
Let's follow the map.
yeah.
5 minutes in and we're already lost.
Yeah.
Well, they said it was hard to follow. I guess we'll just go.
The trail to Salto de Chilascó was a bit of a question mark.
Cute.
Other travellers had warned of pretty challenging sections, thick mud, slippery slopes, even the possibility of small landslides. So we weren't quite sure what to expect, but with Guatemala being in the grip of an unusually dry month, we felt fairly confident we'd be okay.
And it's a pretty sweet viewpoint. Unfortunately, there is still more to go down, which means there's more to come back up on the way.
As we wound our way down into the cloud forest, the air grew cooler and the distant roar of the waterfall louder with every step.
Really, really beautiful little spot. Nice to cool off and wash ourselves, despite the fact that this climb is gonna get us pretty hot and sticky again. The first bit of this, as you've just seen, is quite a scramble and a pretty steep incline, probably for the next kilometre. But we've got a good amount of shade and some lunch waiting for us when we get back.
Pattern.
I wonder if
Somebody.
Maybe. What do you think it is?
A snake.
Yes.
Made it back. Pretty brutal ascent back up. Good job, team. After we left Alex and Meg, we kind of just wanted to get maybe like an hour done on the road towards Antigua. And we started going downhill. We'd climbed a little bit up to about 5,000 feet again, and we knew that it was going to be hot if we started going down, so we just looked for anywhere, found this spot on the side of the road. And in the night it wasn't too bad, but then at about 5 o'clock in the morning, the traffic started, and these trucks that keep going past are just insanely loud. I think it's the engine braking, but crazy noise to wake up to.
Next, we made our way towards the city of Antigua, Guatemala. Yak needed a diagnosis and a bit of TLC, and so did I, as my feet had taken a turn for the worse.
We've arrived in Antigua, and cobbles everywhere, and I don't know if you can hear, but it's just highlighting the need for us to visit a Land Rover garage, which we are doing whilst we're here. There's a specialist just outside the town, but you just hear all of these like knockings and rattlings coming from under the Land Rover, which hopefully will get sorted out soon, but really beautiful town. Ellie and I have stopped off at just this car park, and we've paid £1 to park here, and we just heard this massive bang, and
Assumed it was thunder.
yeah, I assumed it was thunder. We looked up and there's a glowing red in the sky. We're parked basically right next to the volcano. We can see Volcán El Fuego, just like this red kind of glow at the top. Very cool. We have come to yet another Land Rover garage. We're going to get the pan hard rod bushings changed here, and hopefully that will solve the death wobble on the steering, which has been an issue for a fair while now. Also just going to get them to have a little look under all the suspension, just give it a wobble with a pry bar, because we're getting a lot of noises off-road, lots sort of like knocks and rattling. Probably nothing too serious, you get that a lot of Land Rovers, but it'd just be nice to know what it is and if we can fix it. And then also going to try and get the solar done today, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, and just the general sort of look over the Land Rover. They seem to know what they're doing here, so looking forward to spending a couple of hours here. So we fortunately do have new bushings with us, about to get pressed in. The old ones aren't actually too bad, so not sure if this will actually fix anything, but it might make it a little bit better.
Yep. Then he had bullets, so I just said bring it over. What is this one?
Pan hard rod's going back on now. See if it makes a difference. We'll have to obviously drive it really to see if we get the same death wobble. Hopefully not, or at least hopefully it's made it a little bit better, because it usually only happens at over 40 miles an hour when we turn slightly right. And then I'm just going to get them to look at all of the other suspension elements on the front, see what they can find, see if they know what's making all of these noises, and then we're going to start on the solar.
We found some of the noises. So those bushings are absolutely knackered.
We have the solar all bolted down. Put a little bit of rubber under it just so it doesn't rattle too much when we're going along tracks and stuff like that. Keeping it covered just for now because it's obviously not attached to the regulator yet, not wired in. Next job is the wiring, which I will need help with. We have a solar panel. Not sure if it works yet because the sun's gone in. So we're gonna have a little look tomorrow, see what the regulator's saying, but should be okay. Ellie's still not doing very well at all. I don't know if it's a reaction to the antibiotics, so if it's still bad tomorrow, we'll go back to the hospital and go from there, but we've got the solar sorted at least. It's been a rough couple of days. Ellie's feet got a little bit worse, and then when we went to the doctor, she started taking the antibiotics. They all started blistering, and then she started reacting really badly to the antibiotics as well. She's been like kind of nauseous and feverish, didn't sleep super well last night. And I woke up this morning with what I'm assuming is food poisoning. I've not been able to eat all day. I've just literally shoved all the stuff in the back to the side, slept in this petrol station whilst Ellie's done a bit of YouTube. So yeah, it's been one of those tougher days. We're going to try and find somewhere to sleep now, and hopefully I feel a little bit better in the morning. Some days are just not your day. Parked up just so that Ellie could have a shower in the public gym here. Asked the guy if it was right to park here. He said yeah, no problem, and then got back an hour later and been clamped. Apparently these red lines mean you can't park there. Blue lines are for taxis, and then anywhere else you can park, but there's no signage anywhere. We phoned the transport police, they're turning up soonish, and hopefully we can plead ignorance and get away with it. If not, it's a £50 fine. We'll see. Just what we needed.
It's our whole daily budget gone.
Okay, fine has been paid. We only had to pay half of it because we paid on the day. Really frustrating because this was the day we were supposed to be looking around Antigua. We had a very slow morning this morning. I'm feeling a lot better. Still not 100%, but I've been able to eat, so it's a big win. Ellie's feeling better as well, but her feet are still incredibly blistered, and it's quite painful for her to walk. So after we'd been to the tourist police to pay the fine, I then waited with the Land Rover until they took the boot off, and she's been just in the plaza in the middle of town. So yeah, the time we spent walking around has kind of hurt her feet a lot, so not sure we're going to be able to do much looking around here. I haven't been able to find Ellie in the plaza, so I'm assuming she might have come into this little market here. Hoping she's here. We've done a little bit of souvenir shopping for family members. Somehow managed to get 3 items for a house that we don't own yet. But really nice to be able to get some stuff. It's a little bit cheaper than Mexico, we've heard, so not that we're stingy, but good to get it done here. Good morning. Today is the day we're going to attempt again to go around Antigua. I'm going to make sure I park very sensibly this time. We've spent the morning this morning kind of testing out the solar panel. We've had the Starlink running, which usually drains the battery fairly quickly, but the sun's out nice and bright. We've got out of the shade now, and the battery voltage is climbing despite the fact we're running the Starlink as well. So really, really happy with that. That means when we need to upload YouTubes or kind of just sit for the day, we can actually just sit and not have to run the engine.
We've found a spot to park. We've double checked for red lines. No red in sight. We've asked the lady in the shop, so pretty confident this one's alright. My feet are still in a pretty bad way, but we just really want to look around the town now because we've been here for a few days and still haven't been around Antigua, so I'm just going to go for it. But I've gone for the classic socks and sandals. That night we set up camp in the hills just outside Antigua. This spot was exactly what the doctor ordered. A lovely quiet place in the forest, far away from noisy trucks and dogs. It was great to be able to rest a bit here and let my feet start to heal, as we had some exciting things planned in a couple of days that would require them.
That's alright, I got it.
Join us next time as we take on Guatemala's most active volcano, then cross back into Mexico for a dip in a cenote and a journey through the colourful heart of Oaxaca.